Okay, in terms of guidance, it seems that you guys have been working hard and doing more than your share. When we look at the Ten of Wands, we get a sense of feeling burdened or feeling overwhelmed. And often it's trying to handle all the things that we have going on in our life. We have, family commitments, work commitments, bills to pay, social obligations as well. And sometimes it feels as if we are trying to push these wands up the street. And, while we are strong enough and smart enough to do so, ultimately it can lead to exhaustion. It can lead to feeling resentment because you're doing more than your fair share. So there's a message this week, which is try to delegate, try to communicate that you need a little bit of assistance here, that you need some help, because if you try to do everything yourself, then, it could ultimately be a recipe for disaster. Mostly because we get exhausted and we begin to feel it, and it can color our perception of those around us. So if you need assistance, ask for help. And so here we're also seeing the Seven of Pentacles. We see this gentleman taking a step back from his work. He may be taking that breather. It may be necessary for you to take a breather from the hard work that you've been doing or the obligations that you face. With this particular illustration, however, he's been putting in the time and the energy to grow this beautiful pentacle bush. And he may be thinking, this is taking forever. Why isn't this speeding up? And it can lead to frustration. This also could be a scenario where you're checking the results of your work, your process. Do I need to do something different? Is there something I can do to speed up this process, to get these pentacles in the right space, the right place, ready for harvest? You've put a lot of energy and time and effort into growing this pentacle bush, into building your resources. And so you're very close to where you want to end up. But, this may be where you need to catch your breath before you get back in, or it may be, again, a shifting of priorities or a restructuring of responsibilities, particularly when we look at this Ten of Wands. So within this feeling of being burdened and working hard and having a lot on your plate, there is a ray of sunshine here, and that's the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles, the cloud in the hand, has this giant pentacle for you to look at, for you to be inspired by. It's the universe's way of telling you that you're on the right track. With the Ace of Pentacles, it's the promise of abundance. It's the promise of prosperity. The possibility of that exists. However, it only exists through your hard work, your attention to detail, your focus of nurturing and taking care of the seeds or the ideas or the game plan, following the game plan. So this could be telling you, if you continue to do as you're doing, which is you're working hard, you're very focused, maybe you can try to get some support and to delegate, but you're generally speaking on the right track, then prosperity and abundance and all good things are coming to you. This is a card not only of abundance in resources, but spirituality too, of happiness. Pentacles are about common sense. Use your common sense. Try to be grounded in your approach, Mindfulness, being aware of what you have to do in order to walk through this portal. In terms of guidance, you also, again, we have this figure here of the wounded warrior leaning on the wand for support, like, what's next? Give me what you got. I'm not laying down my wand. I'm not quitting. I'm still standing, regardless of how tired I am or bruised I may be. I'm still here, and I'm ready to do what I need to do. It's a very strong message, which is protect yourself, defend yourself. This says a lot about you, which is perseverance and grit and being tenacious in following through. So we have, on your plate, you've been working hard. You've been assessing and evaluating that work. Maybe you've taken a step back to catch your breath. You're on the right track to prosperity. You're still standing despite setbacks or people downing you perhaps. You're protecting yourself and your interests. So I like what I see. The possible outcomes. Let me just push this up. Possible outcomes. 6 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. The 6 of Wands is about success. It's this wonderful rider here, riding into town with his wand and his victory wreath. He's put in the time, the energy, the discipline, the sacrifice, and the leadership, the stewardship towards goals or dreams or tasks, things that you're hoping to accomplish. This tells us that as you continue on, you're going to be successful. You're going to feel successful this week. You may be getting that reward. Patience, it's been a long time coming. You may feel that way, but you will be getting your reward. You will be getting the recognition for doing a great job. This could translate in real terms. Maybe it's a nice email from your boss or a letter in your employee folder, stating what a great job you did. Could be a bonus, could be a raise, could be a high five. But this 6 of Wands, success, and then here we're back to the idea of working together. Pentacles, being the master builder, building something beautiful here, working with others. These could be clients, they could be co-workers, it could be a multitude of people. But they are talking, they may be exchanging ideas, they may be giving feedback. And with that feedback, it's to build something beautiful, it's to create. So, seems that work is on your mind and the amount of work that you have, and you may feel overwhelmed, you may feel very tired, you may feel stressed out and burdened. But if you are able to hang in there and keep at it, you're going to have success and rewards. Ace of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. This is working well together. Let's see what the Oracle cards have in store for us. This could be an affirmation or meditation point for the week. Father, husband, brother, son. So this week, perhaps with the holiday in the U.S., maybe you're going to spend a little extra time with a father, with a husband. Children, brothers, siblings, could be a focus for the family. And finally, let's choose a card for love. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks, and you have to be mindful of when you need your breaks, when you need to take a step back to recharge, to recover. We have some wand energy here of, could be exhaustion, could be protecting what you need to protect. That's tiring. And then doing more than your fair share. Or, you've increased your workload, the pace in order to get to the final end quicker, the final achievement.